Alright guys, welcome back. We have another question from the first chapter of Mechanics of Materials by Hibbeler, and we have this floor crane that is used to lift the 600 kilogram concrete pipe, which is here. So the pipe is lifted by this crane, and we need to determine the resultant internal loading acting on the cross-section at point G. So the crane and everything might seem a little bit scary in this question, but if you just go step by step, you can see that it's not actually that complicated. So we're again looking for the resultant internal loadings, which was the normal force, and in this specific question, we're looking for point G. So the normal force at G, the shear force at point G, and we have one bending moment that we are looking for. As we talked about, for finding that, we need to disassemble this whole system, and for finding the internal loadings at G, we can either pick this part or any other part that we want, on one condition that we're not trying to make things complicated, because you can also consider this whole system as your free body diagram, but we're trying to keep it simple with the least unknown that we can figure out. Also, we can go with the left side, but now the question is, because we are missing information at these joints E or F, we have to come up with a section that actually is easiest for us, and as long as we can find either F or E, the rest of this is easy. So now the question is how we're gonna go looking at the right side of this, because we have a known load in here which we know is 600 kilogram. So finding the weight is pretty easy, and there is no unknown from the load that is applying in this joint. And also we have a pin at point D where we have two different unknowns, because it's a pin, so it's kind of like a support that doesn't have any moment, and we have two different components. So we have 1, 2, and obviously there is an unknown at F, which you might ask that also F is a pin, how come we don't have two forces? And the reason is that the member that we have in here, the member EF, is a two force member, meaning that the force is applying only on two ends and there is nothing in between. And if we look at the other force in here, the other member in here, BD, because there are forces applying in the middle of these 2 points, B and D, we have this force that is applying from this member. So this is not a two force member. And if it's not the two force member, we have to consider two different forces. But in this case, we only have a force along the line that connects E and F, and if we consider our X and Y axes in this direction, so we only have one component, one horizontal component at F. So at the end we have three unknowns, so 1, 2, 3, and we have three equations because we are in equilibrium, and we should be able to find all the unknowns. So it makes sense to go with the right side of or disassemble this system on the right side, because it's easier for us to analyze. And what I'm gonna do is that, again, we are trying to find a force on at the support F. So if we just draw the free body diagram for this part, let's just show all the external loadings that we have. So we have the weight of the concrete, which we know is the mass is 600 kilograms. So the weight would be mass times acceleration of gravity, or 600 times 9.81, that's going to be in Newton. So our G is 9.81 meter per second squared. All right, so that's one force. As I mentioned, we have a pin at point D, which means we need to consider two forces, dx, dy, and the force that we have at F, again, because it's a two force member, we only consider one force in this direction. We can call it maybe Fx, which is basically the force in member EF. All right, so now we have all the forces shown in our free body diagram, and we can go with our equilibrium equations. And what we're interested is the Fx, so we don't need to go through all the forces. And if we just start, so these are our moment, the equilibrium equations, sum of all forces in X equals 0, same for the Y, and we have one moment about any points, and that means in the 2D problems, we can find up to 3 unknowns in here. So let's just find a moment about point D, because that way we can get rid of dx, dy, and we are not interested in dx and dy anyways. So we're going to have the moment of fx about d, which is counterclockwise, so positive. We have a sign convention for the counterclockwise positive. So fx times the distance would be this distance, which is 0.3 meter. And we have the moment of the weight. We can see this one's clockwise, so negative 600 times 9.81. And the distance now is what we have in here, which is 0.5 meter, and this will be equal to 0 again because of the equilibrium condition that we have. So this is going to give us the fx. So let's see what we get. 600 times 9.81 times 0.5 divided by zero point 0.3. Yeah, so the fx would be 9,810 newtons, and we didn't get any negative sign, so that was actually the correct direction for the force that is applying on this L-shaped part of this crane. All right. Now that we have F, it's easy enough for us to find the internal loadings at G. Now we have to draw the free body diagram for this part. Keep in mind that this force that we have in this direction is from the member AB to this L part. So the force that is applying from this L shape to the member that we have has to be in the opposite direction of this because of the Newton's law. So it's going to be to the right. That's going to be our Fx, which we figured it's 9,810, and we can show our other internal loadings in here. So that's going to be the normal force. It's going to be perpendicular to this. So normal force at G, and consider one shear force and one bending moment mg, and these are the three unknowns that the question is asking us. So if we go with sum of all forces in x equals 0, we can see that fx negative ng's equals 0. So ng is basically what we found for fx, which was 9,810 newtons or 9.81 kilonewtons. So that's the normal force. Let's find out the shear force. That's the only force that we have in y direction, so that's going to be 0. And for finding the moment, we can do the moment about point G. Again, we have a sign convention of counterclockwise positive. And we're going to have the mg, which we assumed is counterclockwise, so positive. And yeah, the fx won't make any moment about this point because it's going to pass through the point G. And that means that our bending moment is also 0. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this one. Hope everything was clear. Again, if we go with the left side of this crane, like left side of the point G, it's going to be more complicated for us because that way we have to deal with the forces that are applying at this point, whereas here we have a known force of the weight of the concrete pipe. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.